Okay, so in this case, we are going to look at percentiles, finding percentiles and finding data values that correspond to a given percentile. Okay, so first of all, let's go ahead and bring up the normal distribution in Desmos calculator. So let's click on the plus sign. Let's go to inference. And under probability distributions, we're going to use normal. Here, the mean is 557 and standard deviation 121. Okay, so let's create distribution. Okay, the next step is to expand the cumulative probability menu. Okay, we did that. Now, I want you to remember that any question connected to a percent, be it percentile or data value correspond to a given percentile, always use region left. So pick left, and now you have to decide, okay, are you given the area or you given the bounds? So how do I know? If they give you a data value, that means the data value would go into the first blank. This is where data values belong. Okay, so this is data value. And you want to choose the area here. So you given the data value, you want to compute the area or the proportion under the curve. If they give you a percent, that would go here. So this is where percent goes. And then you would have to switch to computing the bounds, so computing the values, okay? So first, in here, they say that GMAT score of 315, what percent is that? So they're giving you a data value. So that data value would go in this blank. Okay, and then the percent is right here, except this is proportion, so you have to convert it to a percent. So let's go ahead and just export this, multiply this by 100, and then round the answer, whatever that whole thing is, to one decimal place. So let's put 1. Okay, so that's 2.3. The next question says, at what percentile is GMAT score of 654? So again, they give you the data value and they want you to find the corresponding percent. So the data value goes next to X. So that's 654. Okay, I got that, 0.789, but I need to multiply this by 100. So that just means that the decimal point is moved 2 to the right. So this would be 78.9. But if you want to, you can just copy this, export it, and then multiply it by 100, and then round to one decimal place, which is what they want you to do. And you will see that that's 78.9. Okay, but this is not the same thing as the next question. The next question says, what value of GMAT would correspond to the 23rd percentile? So here they give you the percent and ask you to find the data value. So you need to switch the compute to bounds, and the percent would go here. Now, the percent, if you just put, let's say, 23, Desmos will not give you any answer because you did not convert it to a decimal. So you do have to do that. So you're going to take 23 divided by 100. And now we have the corresponding proportion, which we can put, and it gives us the value. So this is 467.6, which rounds to 468. Okay, now the next question says, okay, how high would you score on GMAT to be in the 66th percentile? So again, they give you the percent and ask you to find the data value. So we are in the bounds, right? We're trying to compute the bound given the area. Okay, so 66 divided by 100, you put that in the right hand side in the answer field and look up the corresponding value. So that would be approximately 607.